Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of MC Eternal. I hope that everyone is having a great day. I know that I am. Today is June the 2nd of 2020. You'll be watching this on the 3rd though. And we are jumping right back into it today, and we are getting into some mystic agriculture. Now, I know that we have talked on this before, and I have kind of expressed where we are heading with it. I'm not diving too deep into anything, but there's one particular item that I want to get, and that is probably also why you may be clicking on this episode. There's also plenty of other episodes or videos out there on YouTube around this. That is the Supremium sword. It is probably the best sword that you can get in this mod pack, because you can knock it up to about 41 to 42 damage, which honestly is just insane for a normal sword. You don't need to power this up or anything like that. It's a normal durability sword. Actually, it has unlimited durability or no durability, which means that it will never break. So you don't need to put anything on it around mending or on breaking or anything like that. It will automatically be that way. Now, I already went ahead and crafted it up. I already went ahead and collected all the resources necessary to kind of save time. I know recently in a lot of the episodes I have been talking a lot, and also I had done a lot of this on our streams. So if you're interested in any of our streaming, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. I try to stream over there on Friday afternoons between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, there may be other streams throughout the week as well. You'll just have to follow me and put on those notifications to stay tuned for that. But anywho, I did a bunch of that resource gathering over there because it can be extremely intensive. Because if we take a look here, most of what we need is in this essence. Now, be it the base essence or any of the next tiers up. So for those of you not familiar, I'm going to run through a little bit of educational aspects around how to make this. Now, if you already know how to make it, you can skip ahead a little bit to where I start adding things to it, enchanting it, and then eventually testing it out. We're going to head to the Twilight and test it out because that's where we're currently exploring. But basically, you want to start off with this Inferium essence. Now, you can find this in a number of different ways, and if we click on it, it'll kind of show you all the different ways. You can run through it up here. There are block drops, which I would highly recommend personally. You can get it from a pulverizer if you silk touch those blocks. You can get it through the pythogenic insulator. Like, there's a multitude of different ways. You can grow them. You can get them from mob drops as well. It's kind of crazy. Here you go. Yeah, this is where you can grow them. Personally, what I recommend doing if you want to get it as quickly as possible and you don't mind doing a little bit of exploration and you have good gear for it, go to the end and fly around and find it there. It is easily accessible. You can see it as long as you have some night vision or some kind of some kind of thing that would allow you to see a little bit better in the end. You can find it so quickly there, and it has the highest yield per block out of any of the other dimensions. Looking at the end, you have a chance of 4, and that is just based on a normal pickaxe now, or normal drill or pickaxe, I should say. Now, if you have looting on top of that, or fortune, I should say, it increases that exponentially. So if we look at this, fortune 3 on it will get you up to about 7 per block. That's per block. Now, if you are using Vein Miner and you're going through and getting these, it does not take long to rack up plenty of what you need. Now, in doing a little bit of calculation, just to get the base sword, you'll roughly need about a little over 3,000 Inferium essence. Now, that is a lot, but I just spent maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes, if that, flying around in the end with looting 3 on my drill, easily finding all of that, easily finding 3,000 of those Inferium essence. That's how quickly you can get it. And then you also can find diamond there, easily accessible. You can also find emerald there, easily accessible. It's just a great place to fly around and find exactly what you need. So if you're starting off, definitely would recommend it. Now, you do need to take that Inferium Essence and progress it through the levels because we want to get to Supremium, hence the Supremium Sword. So you go to the next tier, which is this Prudentium, I'm going to say. Might be mispronouncing it. But you need to take 4 of the Inferium Essence and then one of these crystals in the middle here. I would highly recommend just using the Infusion Crystal to start with. Most of you probably won't even be able to do the Master one to begin with. Basically, it's just a difference between durability. The base one just has 1,000 durability. This one is unlimited durability. This one takes Supremium. The base one, if we go back and take a peek at it, only takes a diamond. Way more resource friendly because you don't have to get up to that Supremium. I started with the higher tiered one because I had some Supremium laying around. Kind of wish I hadn't. Wish I had started with this lower base one just to save on some resources, save on some time, but to each of their own. So you need to use those and basically rank up your essence through the tiers. So 4 of the Inferium will get you 1 Prudentium. And that's how the pattern is going to go as you progress. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. So ultimately, you know, let's say you start off with, I don't know, let's say 16 Inferium Essence, right? That's going to yield you 4 of the Prudentium, and then that will only yield you 1 Intermedium. So you see how you need a lot to start with of the base one to level up through. I mean, that only got you to the tier 3, the Intermedium Essence. You need to then still go to the Supremium, which you need then 4 of these, and then finally to the Supremium. Now, I think when I did it just a little bit ago, I took 2 stacks of the Inferium. I think it was either 2 or 4 stacks. Maybe it was 4 stacks of the Inferium Essence. Yeah, it was 4 stacks of the Inferium Essence, and that yielded me only 4 Supremium. So it's a very resource intensive process to get up to that. But you can look through these recipes and figure it out yourself. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to jump into the sword now. So the sword takes 3 components: your ingot, your tool core, and then your mystical stick. Mystical stick is the easiest one to make. You just need this prosperity shard. You can find these out in the world, pretty straightforward to get. And then just a normal Minecraft stick. The Supremium ingot is probably the next easiest because it's a very similar pattern as our essence, but now just an ingot in the middle. And as I click through, you can see how you have to once again rank up through the different tiers. But instead, when you start at the bottom one now, you use Inferium around this base essence ingot, and you get that just by surrounding an iron ingot with prosperity shards. So not too hard to start with, but again, you do need to rank up through that. And luckily, you only need 1 of these Supremium ingots, which is super nice. Now to the most resource intensive part of this, or probably the most difficult part of making this one, is the tool actually itself, the tool core. So you're gonna need 4 Supremium. So again, that's probably about 4 stacks right there of just the base Inferium Essence. And you need 3 Wither Skeleton Skulls, so you're heading to the Nether more than likely to get those bad boys. You do need a Nether Star, so that means that you either need to get it from a loot chest, or you need to fight the Wither boss. And then finally, you need a Supremium tool core. And again, the pattern is going to be very similar. So you need to have the last tier in place of the tool core with additional resources around it. So as you can see, you need the Intermedium to get then the Supremium or the Superum. Then you need the Prudentium to get the Intermedium. And then you need the Inferium to get that. And then to get the base Inferium one, again, it's very straightforward and you need another base essence ingot. Super simple to do. So once you have all those together, you put them together in the crafting table like such, and you'll get your Supremium sword. Pretty straightforward. Again, very repetitive. I'm sure a lot of you could figure this out, but for those of you who are having a little bit harder time around it, I hope this is helping you out so far. So, as you notice, you only start out with 21 damage. Now, there are upgrades to this. But first and foremost, I wanted to go and explain for those who are following along with the channel what I have done off camera. I took my Ender Sword and I came over to our enchantment extractor and I pulled all of the enchants off of it. Obviously, except for the Ender IO specific upgrades. Now, there's a few things that you don't need on the Supremium sword. You don't need a mending, and you don't need an unbreaking, because the durability, as you can see, is unlimited. So those are two things that you can leave off of there. Now for me, I put looting 3, sharpness, vorpal, and lifesteal. You can all kind of figure out your own vibe for it. That's personally what I like. There's other things I could put on there, like knockback if I really wanted to, because I picked up this knockback 10, or sweeping edge 3 if I really wanted to. But I'm gonna leave them off for now. I think we're at a good point. Now you may be wondering, hey, we're only still sitting at that 20-ish damage range. How do we get up to like 40? Well, there's the trick. To get up to the 40-ish damage range, you need to add on these charms. As you can see, our charm slot is empty. So you want to add these bad boys on there. And you're going to want the strength ones. So this, again, is going to take a decent amount of resources. So first and foremost, you start with the normal strength 1 or just strength charm. This, you are going to need Supremium or Supremium essence, Supremium apples, and then a blank charm in the middle, which is going to take a block of the Supremium essence. Just like so. That's pretty straightforward. A couple resources, not too bad. At least you're not getting up to Supremium other than the apples. And again, a very repetitive crafting recipe here where you're surrounding whatever item with the essence that you want to upgrade it to. And as you can see, it takes a decent amount to get up to there, and you just start with a normal base apple. Luckily for me, I didn't have to craft these. I think I got a decent amount from a loot crate from doing the chests. So I would just say, keep an eye out for stuff like this. If you get them from a loot chest, or you are in a dungeon and you're exploring and you find something like that, hold on to it. Doesn't hurt to just stick it away, and then worst case scenario, down the line, you get to the point where you need to utilize them, you got them. And that's what the scenario that we had was. I luckily had 8 of these, which was actually quite lucky because I think I may have eaten a couple of them. But anywho, you start with that one, you get the strength 1, and then we want strength 2. That's going to bump us up to the highest tier damage. And in order to get that, you do need the original strength charm. So you have to craft 1 before you can craft to the other. And then you surround it in the same exact pattern of Supremium apples and Supremium essence. Now I did check, you don't have to put the strength 1 charm on your sword before you put strength 2. You can just jump right to strength 2 if you're ready. Now if you don't have the resources, you could start with the base strength, but I would recommend working your way up to the strength 2 because that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. Now we should be ready to get that crafted up. I don't recall if I did that. Let me take a peek here. So we do have our strength 1. But we do have everything for we should have everything for our strength 2, if I'm not mistaken. No, we just need some additional resources. So let me craft those up real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, and by the power of editing, we are back, and we have all of our resources. So I just needed to craft up a little bit of this Supremium, I'm going to say it wrong every time. Essence. They really should have just named it tiers, like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. But you know, it is what it is. Anywho, so we got it all crafted up, and now we can get our strength 2 charm. Bada bing, bada boom. We are set. We are done crafting. We have everything we need. But hold on a minute. Now, how do we apply this? Because it's not a simple crafting terminal or inventory crafting formula. There's more to it. So let's back out of here. I'm going to jump into normal, and I'm going to click on our strength 2 charm to show what it is used for. Now it's going to bring up a bunch of random stuff from Thaumcraft, from just enough resource enchantments. However, what we are looking for is the tinkering table from Mystical Agriculture. Now there are a bunch of different tiers for this, but for our purposes, you only need the first one. I don't know if it really makes a difference on any of the other ones. The first one is the easiest to craft, I believe. But basically what you're going to want to do is take your sword, take a little bit of prosperity, And then a couple of the Supremium essence along with your charm and put them around the sword like so, and you will get the Supremium sword with strength 2 on it. Now you may ask, how do we make the tinkering table? It's very straightforward. You need 3 of these soul stones, which are just normal stone, like smelted stone, not cobblestone. It's got to be normal stone, and then some soul sand. Pretty easy. You need a workbench. Any kind of workbench is perfectly fine. And then 4 of these inferium ingots, which are in the same progression as it was to get the Supremium, just at the start. So you need a couple of this inferium essence and then a base essence ingot. Again, very, very easy to do. So anywho, we have everything we need. I put our tinkering table over here. It looks pretty cool. I like the colors. So we need to take our sword, take some of this stuff, our prosperity shards, take some of our Supremium, and then finally our strength 2. And that's going to give us a Supremium sword with 44 damage on it. 44. Holy smokes. That is kind of crazy. So we're going to head up here actually, and I think I'm going to stick Sweeping Edge 3 on here, because why not? And then we'll do Knockback as well, because we have plenty of levels to do it. I know some of you may be saying, hey, you got way too many levels. You could be saving a decent amount of experience by offloading those levels and then reapplying them. Don't worry. I already have a ton stored in our book level-wise, and you make it back so quickly that it's not even funny. Like, I was enchanting earlier, brought it down to about 60, went out, did some resource gathering, came back, and I was back up to that over level 100 status. So no need to worry on that. You'll easily get it back. And if you are worried, you can always add an XP boost enchantment to your weapon. Now we are all set. We can head back to the Twilight and find our next enemy to try this bad boy on. But first and foremost, we're going to drop off. Ooh, where did I put? Oh, I forgot I moved stuff. And I put this up here. Just like so. All right, now let's head to the Twilight Forest. We could probably take this off our inventory like so. And then I need our teleportation device. Actually, I'm going to keep that on us. So shift, we're heading to the Twilight. Bada bing, bada boom, let's go. And I'm going to stick this away. And what I actually need now is our mystical map. Our magic map, I should say. And we want to go and find a Yeti. I believe if we go just straight forward, we might find one. Let's take a peek. All right, so we have found a Yeti Cave. You can see all the Yetis in here. And you can see on our map how it is defined just by that weird little white symbol in the snowy biome here. However, we haven't gotten a pop-up for a Yeti boss, but we could head in here and try to take him out, and we'll utilize our new sword, obviously. So let's give this a go. Oh, we're just one-hitting these guys. Oh, and we do have the alpha. That's the alpha Yeti. Oh wow, that is a cool design for that guy. Look, and he throws stuff around. He's getting all angry. He's like an angry toddler. Oof, we're dropping a lot of frames though from him doing all those particle effects. But yeah, we one-hit him and we basically knocked out almost all of his health. We did over 100 damage on our first hit. And there we go. 2-hit took out that alpha Yeti. Yeah, we take these guys out so easily. That is just insane how effective this is. Now, we can take a step out of here. Oh, and we do have a big glacier here. But we're going to take a second here and see what all we got from this. So we got a bunch of stuff we do not need, so I'm going to get rid of that. Beheading. That would be kind of cool. Interesting. We'll consider that. We did get another shader bag, so let's try this out. We did get a pinch beetle shader. I don't believe you can, unfortunately, put this on things. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I knew how you could use these. I might have to do a little bit of research, or if anyone in the comments wants to let me know how these shaders work, I'd love to be able to apply them to some things. Now, I think they only apply to certain stuff, so it could very well not be a possibility for us to do. So we did that, and we completed some quests here. So if we go into our progression in the Twilight Forest, we took out the Alpha Yeti, got some fur, gonna get a little bit of money, and we got some magenta plastic barriers. Interesting. Basically just a little bit of junk, really. We can do some of this stuff if we wanted to. Get some of the armor, but we don't have to. It's, again, just some of the progression. And you can get some good loot rewards or random ones from it. So if you are trying to farm to get some of those Supremium apples, this could be a good way to do it. If they are still in the loot reward cycle. I don't know if they've taken them out not yet, or if they have been put into, let's say, the black market ones. But yeah, this is a decent way to do it if you want to craft up these weapons. Now, the last thing for us to do is get the Snow Queen. We do actually have, we did kill the Yeti boss down here, right here. So we do get 150 coin, and we got a random present. Interesting. So this is a little bit of an excerpt on the Yeti. So the fearsome Alpha Yeti is much larger than the rest of the Yetis in its pack. It has 6 large blue horns and is constantly aggressive towards players, which is kind of cool. Again, I think it was one of the coolest encounters. I was kind of expecting him to be maybe a little more like realistic, but it kind of reminded me of the Snow Yeti from some of those Christmas movies, like the stop motion ones from way back in the day, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anywho, so let's check our Minecraft progression here, because you do need to keep in mind all of the Twilight progression is based on the Minecraft progression, not the Feed the Beast one, which we were looking at there. So from looking at it, we should be able to go in and clear out the Snow Queen atop the Aurora Palace. Now, if we take a look at our map here, that is where we're heading to right there, the Aurora Palace. We do have some penguins here, which are pretty cool. I do like seeing penguins. They're so cute. Look at these guys, little cutie pies. But this is probably one of the coolest buildings that you can come across in the Twilight. And it is massive, as you can see. And we should be able to get in close because we did take out the Yeti. Yes, we can. Again, you have to watch for the progression. If you didn't progress far enough, it will not let you get this close. These Aurora blocks are really cool. Now, is there a way to tower up, or is it just solid? This might just be solid. Because I'm not seeing... Ooh, wait, hang on. Here's an entrance here. Hold the phone. What is this? We have some pillars. Okay. And then this is our main entrance here. And then this opens up into a big opening there. Yeah, okay, so this is our main way to go. Let me put some night vision on here. Oh, and we have some baddies already. So we have some snow guardians, which we should one-hit. So easy with this sword. Oh, wow, okay. What is this guy? A stable ice core. Easily take him out. Very vibrant blocks in here, not gonna lie. Unfortunately, for some reason, this did not generate properly. At least I'm assuming it didn't generate properly. Yeah, because we're missing some stairs. Yeah, some stuff isn't generating, right? I don't think. Unless that's how it's supposed to be. Again, I could be wrong. Ooh, there is the ender bow. I'll take that. We got some ironwood. I am kind of vibing with these blocks, so I'm going to hold on to them. Let's keep moving along here. Oh, we have another... Oh, we got a snow core here. And we got another chest. Let's get a block put down here. Let's see what we got in here. Anything good? We got another ender bow, which we don't really need. Some ice, miscellaneous stuff. So, all right. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make my way towards the top of this. I'll bring you guys back if I find anything interesting, like we find some really good loot or something like that. But other than that, I'll try to meet you guys at the top and we can take out the Snow Queen. All right, guys. So we made it to the top here and we have our Snow Queen. I did not find really any interesting loot. And I kind of just happened upon the Snow Queen. I didn't realize that we were that close to the top. But it shouldn't be too hard to take her out. You can't hit her from the bottom, you have to hit her from the top. But if you have flight, it makes it super easy. And that's it. That's all it took for us to take it out. Just because we have such good damage on our sword. It was extremely, extremely easy to do. Let me get rid of some of these snowballs. We don't really need them. You do have to break some glass on the way up here, but I can show you now what all we got from loot. So like I said, I didn't really get much of anything interesting. Probably the most interesting stuff we got were the Arctic boots. I did pick up some ice bows. And then I found this Charm of Life, which I'm not 100% sure what it is used for. If you get enough of them, you can get a Charm of Life 2. But yeah, it doesn't really explain it here, so I might want to find out at some point what that's used for. I also got a Seeker bow, and then just picked up some miscellaneous items along the way. Now we do have another shader here, so we can take a peek at what we got here. We did get the Final Castle shader for the Twilight, and then we also got our Snow Queen trophy. I forgot we do have a present. Don't know if we can get anything from this. Ooh, we did. We got some Christmas pudding from it, from the Between Lands. And we did make an advancement. I don't know if that was in Minecraft or if that was in... I think it was in the Minecraft advancements. I do not believe it was from the Feed the Beast stuff. Or not Feed the Beast, from our normal quest line here. But if we come in here, we did kill the Snow Queen. So the Snow Queen is found on an ice-encrusted room near the top of the Aurora Palace. I guess I should have read that. She is perhaps the most human-like creature encountered in the Twilight Forest, resembling a woman but with large violet eyes and pale blue skin. So we do get some monies, and we got a cheesecake from doing that. And that was under the bosses, but if we come over to the Dimensions tab, we did get the Snow Queen killed. And we got a Splash Potion of Gravity. And then we also did get the Seeker Bow, which gives us some money. And then we also got an Anvil Backpack. Interesting. But there are a few other things, like I said, that you could try to get if you were interested in it. So for example, they had a quest to get the Yeti hat here. The Yeti helmet, if we go in here, the Yeti horn helm, and then it'll unlock the jacket and the ice bombs, which we have some ice bombs, so this would be a good way to get some of that if we were interested in it. And we have plenty of the Yeti fur, so why not make this for ourselves? We'll get both of those progressions, so then we can go in and utilize those. Now, we are getting pretty full up here. I don't think I need that many ice bows, so I'm going to get rid of some of them. And if we come into our quests here, we got some money, and we got some red stained glass. And then from our ice bombs, more money and some fish and chips. So just some food. So again, a very good way to get some additional resources, get some additional possible loot. And it's the same way for the midnight here. It's pretty easy to get some of these as well. And you can get some money. I don't think any of these side ones have black market boxes that you can get. I think it's just the normal loot rewards. Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. I'm trying to quickly go through some of these, but yeah, it's seeming like it's not. Yeah, they're all just normal loot rewards. Now you could do this and you get a golden loot box, but you need to find the Lamp of Cinders, which I'm not really sure where you can get that from, but maybe it'll be something we look into later. But realistically, that does it. I mean, that pretty much wraps up the Twilight Forest for us. There's really not much else for us to do. I don't think there's anything on the top here for us to find I did, like I had mentioned, go through some of these buildings or some of these side towers, and I didn't really find too much loot-wise. And we probably already got this one. Let's see. No, actually I did not. But nothing too crazy in here. We did get a nightly. There's some nightly plates here. What can we get rid of here? I don't think I need the stained glass or those snowballs. Do we get any advancement from grabbing this? I don't believe so. But anywho, that's going to wrap it up for the episode. Let's head home. Ooh, I might have just mistyped it. Oh, I have my caps lock on, that's why. Cool, there we go. It's interesting that it doesn't work with the caps lock. But anywho, so we're going to head home here and we're going to wrap up the episode. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below, or better yet, leave me a comment. I love reading through all your comments. If you have any questions around what we went through today around the sword, I'm more than happy to answer to the best of my ability. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It lets you know every single time I post a new episode to this channel. And if you do want to follow along with some additional chill content, feel free to check me over on Twitch. The link is in the description down below as well. We do stream there. I don't know if I mentioned that this is the start of the episode, but we do stream over on Twitch on Friday afternoons between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have been doing a lot of Minecraft, but we might switch it up, play a different game, maybe Batman, Fallout 76, Borderlands 3. Who knows? We'll just see. But that is my schedule for now. So anyway, guys, thank you for sticking through till the end. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.